Today on Play Display, we'll be reviewing Skelegod from the Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, Revelations. Here we go. One of the most underrated action figures right now is gotta be Mattel's Masterverse line. These figures right here, every time I review them on the channel, they always exceed my expectations. And the thing about it is, though, they're the biggest pig warmer I've seen anywhere. Such great figures, just sit on the shelves. And the cool thing, though, this was a Ross. I've been looking for this one in stores for a while. I found this at Ross, $6. So let's go ahead and open it up and let's see. So the Masterverse packaging lets you know what era this Skelegod is from. It's from Masterverse Revelations line from the Netflix show, of course. I always like that, though, because, you know, they can do so much whenever they do different eras of the Motu generation. There are some people who are going to be fans of the show more than the 80s show. There's going to be some fans who are even fans of some of the new Adventures of He-Man that I was never a big fan of. On the back, we got Battlecat, He-Man, Mossman, Skeletor, and Evil Lyn, too. Also a little bio right here. And as always, that back art right here is so rad, and it looks so good sitting on the shelf right here. Right out of the packaging, Skelegod looks like he's from the Book of Revelations. I mean, he looks like Armageddon himself. I mean, look at that face sculpt right there. Got the big horns. Got those greedy teeth, man. Just, he looks so freaking intimidating. It's crazy. You know, he's got these huge gauntlets right here that are just really cool. And just, look at this cape. I'm not a big fan of capes, but they did like a double, like, I don't know. It just looks great, though, you know? So a really cool feature they did with this figure. To install the cape, it's really simple. It's held on by magnets. What you do is there's two spots on the back of the shoulders. And just stays right on. It's awesome. I really like the theme they have with the glowing eyes on the armor, not only with the gauntlets, but also on the waist guard, and continues about all the way on to the shin guards too. So kind of follows that whole theme. So I went ahead and put on the accessories. I went ahead and swapped the hands out. I went ahead and added the sword right here, which looks cool as hell. This green translucent friggin' effect right here looks amazing too, man. All in all, wow, this is top notch. And just look at the size comparison compared next to He-Man. I mean, He-Man's no slouch, but man, Skeletor is just way taller than he is. Biggest selling point with Masterverse figures is the fact they have 30 points of articulation. Now let's see if we can cover them all here. Now the head moves really, really well. From side to side, it does pretty decent too. As far as back and forth, the shoulder pads usually is a bad indicator that it's not going to be able to bend that well, but it does pretty good though for the most part. I mean, the wrist, elbow, and shoulder works pretty good. There is one issue with some binding on the shoulder on this figure here. And for some reason, I've experienced this in the past with Jitsu, where the left shoulder had a little bit of binding. But once you work its way out, it worked pretty decent, though. The hip movement is pretty good for, like, just if you got to throw a kick or something, there we go. Another thing, too, the legs really well, too. I mean, if you want to do, like, a wide stance and just kind of drop a kick in, you can. And another good thing, too, got the big feet. Why you need big feet? Because standability, man. That's one of my biggest things out there. So for my final review of Skelegod for the Masterverse line is this. The detail on it is superb. I mean, it has a great concept with the colors it has. You got the dark purple on the chest here with the light purple on the back. The greens work really well with it too. Not only that though, but just the consistency, the continuity in the armor itself. And on top of that, a face sculpt that looks like freaking Armageddon just walked right through the door. It's crazy, but the little details, as far as the cape, held together with magnets, that's great because when I do like a diorama with him, whenever he's talking to his army, he can have the cape on, but when he's fighting, he doesn't really need that cape on, so he's got to, you know, just kind of whoop some ass that way. Long story short, though, I mean, the detail top notches all around, though, and you know, this right here, I got to grade pretty high. It's going to get an 8.75 out of 10. And that's really good. That's damn good. Now for the posability on this figure, Mattel knows what they're doing. They did it well with this figure too. It's a bigger figure, but it's able to work. They built the armor to the point where the shoulder pads is not an issue. So that works super well though. My only really concern, and I have to give a point off for this one though for sure, is a lot of these Masterverse figures have little problems with the shoulders. You usually got to kind of work it out, and eventually they'll be more posable. But all in all, it's really decent. I mean, it stands a lot better than Beastman did. Beastman was a big figure too, so I gotta give it decent marks for that though. I'm gonna give this one also probably 8.5 out of 10. Great posability. It's going to be so much fun to play with the other characters. And about that fun factor, this one's incredible. I'm not super big in the whole Netflix show. I'm kind of hit and miss with it for a little bit though, but the artwork is really good though, for sure. And they're depicted really well in this figure right here. There are other Skeletors in this line that I'm actually more of a fan of. But here's the thing though, I'm an OG Motu guy. And the thing is though, for this toy line to go to the next generation, it's got to be accepted right now by a younger generation that's watching the Revelation line. So here's my theory though. Great toy. I got it super cheap. Would I pay full price for it? Probably not. But like I said before, there's a better Skeletor. But if a younger generation has a chance to get this and you can get it cheap for the next generation to pass on the heritage that is Motu, get for them now. Otherwise, who knows? 20 years later, they're going to be buying this stuff off eBay, you know, and just they'll have more memories with it when they're younger. Thank you guys so much for watching the show today. It means so much to me. Just really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving the channel. If you guys want to, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Leave a like if you like to. And if you want to subscribe, you know, I'm putting out videos more often. Since I came back from vacation, I'm on it more. So, all in all, though, thank you all so much for watching. Big love. Love y'all.